Key point 1. Why romantic movies are not that practical. Have you ever seen old couples walking in the park, holding hands and giggling? Have you paused with an "aww" sound and added this scene to your relationship goals? Maintaining long-term relationships is challenging. It's different from what people expect when they say, "I do." Nobody signs marriage certificates with divorce papers in mind. However, it's what happens when people try to bring Twilight or Titanic motives into their visualization of love. Thankfully, you don't have to relive near-death experiences holding onto a door in the freezing ocean or dating a blood-sucking creature to live your happily ever after. All you need is consistency and commitment to everyday actions that will make your love last forever. Love is like a dog. If you don't feed and care for it, it will die or run away with a nice-looking spaniel. Prepare to discover a straightforward and actionable plan to strengthen or resurrect your feelings. So if you feel like the flame in your relationship has died, allow this summary to transform your perspective and possibly your relationship. If the worst happens, you can always mourn it with Ben and Jerry's and friends. But first, let's see what we can do. Key point 2. Slow cooking your affection, or the love recipe for dummies. What makes for a great couple that reaches their golden anniversary? Curiosity and sincere interest in each other, even if you already know their favorite color and what they like for dinner. People change, so it's critical to stay up to date and ask your partner the right questions regularly. Admiration and gratitude. Remembering the bad stuff is good to win the fight, but focusing on the good is vital for staying together afterward. Praise your partner for simple and consistent daily tasks, like washing the dishes or taking the kids to school. They will be surprised and thankful because they know you notice and value their efforts. Love bids, from calling each other names, asking your partner to dance in the kitchen, or engaging in a deep conversation. They are invitations to bond and connect. Sometimes it means dropping everything to support your partner with their favorite food and hugs, or flirting over the phone when you're still at work, but dying to see each other. You can do thousands of things to make your relationships exciting, even if it means starting a mud fight or burning your dinner together. Loving means having a free spot in your mind and a timetable for your partner whenever they need it. So, how can you respond to the bids of connection in your relationship? You have 3 options. Turn toward them by responding positively, smiling, or simply laughing at their joke. This reaction tells your partner, "I see and hear you. I'm here for you." This option is the only way to enhance your connection and build lifelong relationships. Supporting and engaging in your partner's bids fills the love bank that comes in handy when you fight and build a grudge against each other. If this bank is full, thoughts about your hurt feelings, injustice, or emotional pain will subside because there are enough memories to shut it down. Turn away by ignoring their attempt to connect or not noticing it. Turn against by angrily or irritably disqualifying the bid. Key point 3. Map your partner's landscape. People never stay the same. They grow and change with life's challenges and conditions. However, typical communication in marriages eventually turns to grocery and to-do lists. Sharing responsibilities is crucial, but asking your partner about their dreams, fears, likes, misfortunes, and feelings is even more important. Learning your partner is like drawing a map of their life, character, and identity. The more of your partner's landscape you discover throughout life, the higher the chance you'll stay together. Here's how you can do it. Make space and time for both of you. Use a calm and peaceful atmosphere, like walking in the forest or having dinner after the children fall asleep. Ensure you have as few distractions as possible. Ask deep and open-ended questions. What are your unfulfilled dreams? How do you see our relationship in 10 years? Is there anything you feel sorry or disappointed about? Support and encourage the conversation. Listen actively and participate in the discussion. Making time for your partner is a matter of priorities rather than possibilities. Remember, you are where your focus of attention is. If you fixate on the laundry and work, you may forget your partner's desires. Similarly, just as you may ignore their wishes, you may fail to appreciate what they do for you. Successful couples don't fight less than other couples, they fight better. John Gottman, Schwartz Gottman. Ingratitude is a death sentence for any connection. Some people cannot notice what their loved ones do for them because they see everything in a negative light. Therefore, if you focus on what your partner does wrong, you'll have to change your filter. Try this technique for the next few days. Notice everything your loved one does. Focus on what they do, not what they don't do. Attempt to change your perspective. Does your partner ignore your request, or maybe they don't have time for it? Cultivate understanding and a positive mindset. Always say thank you. There is never too much gratitude, only too little of it. Say thank you for even the minor things. Remember, little acts of kindness transform lives. Key point 4. There is no blind love, only the wise one. At the beginning of your relationship, when every color seems brighter and butterflies are going nuts in your stomach, you tend to notice more positive traits in your partner. However, the problem arises when you stop this habit years later by turning attention to everything wrong about them, not just their actions, but their personality. Suddenly, their resilience turns into stubbornness and their independence into indifference. So how can you feel that rush and affection again? By cultivating admiration. Ask yourself, who was that person I fell in love with? Think of their positive traits. Long-lasting relationships also give us the key to each other's box of vices. However, knowing the reasons and origin of your partner's negative characteristics will always help you manage them. Loving means focusing on the best in each other, even if you have seen the worst. Remember, all the vices we have are just innate vulnerabilities that come from the experiences we go through since childhood. Many people have suffered a lot, and their negative traits are just shadows or echoes of their past that hurt them even more than they hurt you. Learning and sympathizing with these experiences will help you treat your loved one with more patience and understanding, even in the most challenging times. You may learn to admire your partner more through the following technique. Write 3 words that describe your partner the best, like kind, loving, intelligent, open-hearted, or attractive. Throughout the day, observe how they embody these 3 qualities in their behavior or actions. Tell them about it. Say, I love how you smile when you watch this show. Or, you were so sexy in that dress yesterday. You may even use some actions or memorable examples from the past. For instance, I remember when you fixed that drawer in just a few minutes. Sometimes I think you can do everything. Such compliments are deep, empowering, and sincere. Did you know? According to a Medium article from October 2023, 57% of couples who did not live together before marriage had a union that lasted 20 or more years. Key point 5. All you need is more than love. Many arguments are simply incorrectly communicated or unaddressed needs. Unfortunately, some expect their partners to simply know what they want as if they are mind readers. So they keep silent, feel disappointed, and blame their loved ones for indifference. For example, imagine coming home from work, tired and depressed. Instead of a partner meeting you on the threshold with your favorite food and a blanket, you face a pile of unwashed dishes and an empty fridge. It's very tempting to start thinking, is this it? Will my life always be like this? And shoot down your partner with words of pain and resentment. It will not end well. Good relationships strengthen everything. John Gottman, Julie Schwartz Gottman. So how can you avoid conflict and still get what you want? 1. Recognize and respect your needs even if it makes you vulnerable. 2. Determine exactly what you want. 3. Vocalize it to your partner calmly. Avoid screaming or an accusative tone. And 4. Focus on your needs instead of what your partner has done wrong. Thus, saying, "You never help me with the chores," will make your partner defensive and unhelpful. Decide what is happening in your life and what problem you see without pointing out your partner's flaws. Blaming is seeing only your side of the problem. For instance, many underestimate the value of physical touch in a relationship. Nonetheless, for others, it may be their primary love language. Therefore, expressing and understanding this need is critical for the happiness of both partners. So, how can a person utter it? As you've learned, shouting, "Why can't you just hug me when I feel low?" won't help. Instead, try something like, "I miss our time together lately. Could we cuddle and watch a movie tonight?" Or, "I loved it when you held my hand when we were dating. Can you do it more often? I'd like that." Small but correctly stated requests may lead to significant transformations that satisfy your needs and make the other person feel valuable. Key point 6. Alone together, or where did the passion go? Loneliness is a frequent visitor to many people, whether they are in a relationship or not. To many married couples, sex and fun sound like an old pleasant memory rather than reality. The absence of both leads people to marital therapy or divorce, because instead of living a shared life, they live parallel ones. Think about it. Most share responsibilities and meet at home after work. That's just a few hours of interaction where they sacrifice to do chores, homework with children, or walk the dog. You don't have to omit all your household responsibilities or leave your job to spend time with your loved ones. If only this world could be that perfect. But you can set your priorities right. The ultimate priority you must select for a happy and long-lasting relationship is a regular date night, a space where you may talk, touch, and laugh. Going on dates when you're married helps to keep your passion young even when you get older. Unfortunately, date nights are the first victims of a busy schedule that may, eventually, lead to a sleep-deprived, boring, and sex-starved relationship. Yet, date night can be as simple as lighting candles and eating pizza on the floor. It just takes minutes to organize and weeks to enjoy the memory. However, consider a few ground rules before setting up a date with your partner. Make it your time, not screen time. That includes Netflix, too. Focus on communication. Start the date with open-ended questions. Limit yourself to 1 glass of wine. Social drinking is fine, but you want to remember the date, not forget it. Avoid putting the pressure on yourselves to make the date perfect. Life is unpredictable. So what if it doesn't go as planned? Be creative and go with the flow. Remember that a great date does not equal sex. Relax, have fun, and see where it takes you. There is no disappointment when there are no expectations. Small actions may lead to fundamental shifts. Similarly, a few date nights may light a fire in your relationship, reconnecting you physically and emotionally. Conclusion. Relationships are the force that may ruin or enhance your life. Don't believe me? Imagine arguing with your partner in the morning. You'll probably be angry and irritated for the rest of the day. Conversely, loving relationships may improve your success at work, raise your mood, and boost your life satisfaction. Learn to use this force wisely, because the more you invest in your relationships, the better your interest will be. So sweat the small stuff, but only if it's for love. Try this. Start a journal to note your progress as a couple. Every day, write down the nice things you've done for your partner and how they showed you their love. Note any ideas about your relationships, like presents, date night options, or compliments you want to tell your partner. And share it with your loved one if you want to.